Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can see, I'm not in my usual location today. I'm currently on tour in regional New South Wales performing with Opera Australia. And I want to do a very quick review of this. This is the Bellroy Transit Backpack. This is one of their biggest backpacks, and it's one of the bigger backpacks I've used. And I've been using this as my sort of daily carry bag while I've been on tour. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I've got some pros and cons and all that kind of stuff. But what I wanted to do was run through a few of the features and then you know, sort of show kind of like the kind of thing it can hold. I'm not going to push it to an extreme. You can get more into it, but sort of a standardy sort of carry. Okay, so the material for this bag is water resistant. It's not waterproof, it is water resistant. It's made from recycled fabric. The backpack is a 28 litre capacity, which makes it a pretty big backpack. It's certainly the biggest of Bellroy's backpacks. And it weighs on its own, as it is, 1.1 kilos. So when you're factoring that into things like carry-on for airlines, 1.1 kilos is the bag itself. Now, it is appropriate size for Australian domestic travel. Not sure about other airlines worldwide, but in Australia, this fits that brief. And that makes it a really interesting carry because not only is it like, you know, a fairly sort of good sized backpack with a 16-inch laptop compartment. So like I've got a 13-inch MacBook thing, which very comfortably fits in here along with other bits and pieces. But yeah, the bag fits up to a 16-inch laptop. But it has this really, really great central compartment that opens out kind of flat and then gives you like a proper little suitcase size with compression sort of straps built in. And they use that typical Bellroy magnetic kind of latch that they have on a lot of their bags, which is amazing. There's lots of other compartments included in the bag, of course. We've got, you know, sort of, you know, zip meshy kind of pockets on the inside here, one on the top there, and then one on the side. And then you've got a nice sort of big pouch here. Turn around so we can see a little bit better. Nice big pouch here on the front of the bag, which has a few little sort of compartments and things in there, as well as a key strap and hook. You know, it's got, yeah, little, like, there's a little pen sort of loop sort of thing on the side there, and then an open pouch there. It's also got, as I said, the main laptop pouch, which is really great. It's padded both on the bottom here, but also sort of all on the sides. And there's another little sort of pouch on the inside of that as well. Now, another cool feature of this bag is these two hidden pouches on the back. So they are zipped in on the side there, and they're big enough for like an umbrella or a water bottle, but also a great place to like hide things like your passport or your wallet if you're traveling. The straps on this bag are nicely padded, as is the back. It's got a nice sort of rigid support strap backing in there. And then it's got like the chest brace strap as well, which joins up in the middle, once again with that magnetic lock that Bellroy use, which is super secure. It actually needs to be properly manipulated to be opened. Now that can be adjusted on height along like a little ridge strap along here. So there's lots of great features of this bag. And as I said, Bellroy is an Australian brand. It's designed in Australia, made overseas, but designed here. And this is sort of, as I said, the biggest sort of transit bag. So because of this great sort of capacity of this middle section, it works both as like a day pack or an overnight bag if you're traveling light. What I've found it useful for is we're traveling sort of every couple of days to a new town. I keep the essentials I need in here. At some points, depending on, you know, where we're traveling, I'll pack everything I'm going to need for that shorter trip in here, ready to go. I should say there's also another little pouch there on the top that I forgot to mention, which is a nicely sort of quick access pouch on the top. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to quickly show the kind of carry that I fit in here, and then we might talk about some pros and cons. Okay, so starting with this main pouch. So just a pair of pants, these sort of general clothes items, you know, a couple of shirts, and a jacket. And then what I would do is I would put the compression strap over. The elastic on these is sort of nice and tight. It holds everything nice and secure in place. And particularly if you've got things that are pressed, it kind of keeps them nice and secure there. Then I'd grab like a toiletry bag, my Bellroy tech kit, which holds like all my USB chargers and all of those kinds of things. Got, of course, the biggest necessity of all, coffee, a planner and a notebook. That is the Galen leather A5 zippered folio, which is just absolutely wonderful. I've also got here the Bellroy little, I can't remember what the name of this one is, pouch, which is where I keep a lot of my other sort of like things like tablets and a phone charger and that kind of stuff that I will need regularly. And if we move to this top pouch on the bag here, things like a couple of masks, really handy to have around, and then something like my sunglasses case in there, and then little things like put a pair of AirPods here in that quick access pouch on the top. So we're starting to get a few bits and pieces happening in here. It's good. Okay, I'll zip that all up. Now we've got that front pouch with the key loop in here. So I'll put my keys on there. I have my keys on an Orbit key organizer, and then just to show the capacity of this laptop pouch, I have my 13-inch MacBook in an iPad pouch here, and that fits very comfortably. As I said, it can hold up to a 16-inch, mine's only a 13. And then we've got these two side pouches here. In one, I'm going to put an umbrella. And then on the other side here, I have a Kinto day off tumbler, which will go in that side. Okay, so that is pretty full. There's still room for other little bits and pieces. You know, you can put your wallet and things in here when you don't need them, your phone, like an extra phone charger, all that kind of stuff. Smaller things, much more. Obviously, I'll start with like some pros and cons as I do this bit here. One of the cons of a bag that is bigger, of course, is the fact that you can fill it up more. So if you're traveling and you've got weight limits on carry-on, this could start to push that very easily, as well as things like just, you know, your body, the stress on your body of carrying this much in a backpack. Like, that's about as much as I would want to carry in here in terms of weight. But what I love about this bag, a couple of the big pros of this bag, the fact that because it does have such a big capacity, obviously you can carry a good amount of stuff, and you can carry sort of decent size things. Is at the 16-inch laptop where you need, or sometimes I carry, you know, a big heavy music score in there. Days of clothes, toiletries, all of that kind of stuff, all your medications, everything you could possibly need, as well as, you know, water bottle, umbrella, all those kinds of things. Another thing I really enjoy about the bag are little things like, you might be able to see here, the zips are all covered, so it helps that water resistance. So if you're out in the rain, it's going to take a lot of rain for stuff to get into this bag, and that also protects the zips, you know, in terms of theft and that kind of thing. As do these little handy pouches on the side, give you security of your items. They're harder to get into. Another massive pro, as I have mentioned a couple of times, is that it fits the airline restrictions in terms of domestic travel here in Australia. The basic size of this bag is 530 millimeters by 360 by 190. A lot of that is going to depend on how much you carry and what you actually put in the bag, in terms of like this kind of dimension, but it's sort of general, you know, dimensions fit within that domestic carry size. Now, a bit of a thing with this bag is the price. It is 369 Australian dollars on the Bellroy website. Now, there are bags that are a lot more expensive. That a lot of those have a lot more features, like things that this doesn't have are things like, you know, earphone, you know, hole, or the smart charger capacity where you can put a charger in and like have the cable connecting through and things like that. And a lot of travel bags, particularly for airline travel and that kind of stuff, do enjoy those features that Bellroy haven't included here. But things like the recycled fabrics and all that kind of stuff, and the water resistance and just a lot of the organization that goes into the inside of this bag make this a really interesting option. So I've really enjoyed using this bag. I've found it to be sort of perfect for what I need and what I use it for. It's got sort of good handles and straps, and it's all very comfortable and adjustable, and as I said, it has a great capacity, as well as being like sort of a good size in terms of for domestic travel and things like that. So I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you'd like to support the channel, get in touch and let's see what we can do. In the meantime, enjoy your bags, enjoy all your bits and pieces, and I'll talk to you soon.